Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a crazy few days in the world of Call of Duty, to say the least, right? Of course, over the past week, we've been going through the various pawn takes pawn Easter egg steps to figure out what exactly is going on with Call of Duty 2020. And that all basically peaked yesterday, I guess you could say, as we got the reveal for the reveal, if that makes any sense. Yesterday, it was officially revealed that Black Ops Cold War is going to be Call of Duty 2020, and on August 26th, via Verdansk, we're going to see the official world reveal for the game. Now, that is all fine and dandy, and I, for one, am extremely excited to see what comes of that, but all this talk of COD 2020 and Black Ops Cold War has raised a pretty big question recently. That is, what about the future of Modern Warfare? You know, what's to come of this game once Black Ops Cold War is revealed and eventually released? Because, without a doubt, Modern Warfare is one of the most successful Call of Duty games of all time. It's also a very fresh take on the franchise in a variety of areas too, and so today, we're going over the future of Modern Warfare and what exactly to expect. So, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here, we are always covering Call of Duty, whether it be Modern Warfare, Warzone, or Black Ops Cold War. So feel free to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with the latest news and intel. Now, I guess to sort of preface everything, I do want to say when it comes to the future of Modern Warfare in general, more than anything else, there is a lot of uncertainty. In fact, there is a ton of uncertainty because we're kind of in uncharted territory here. We've never really been in a situation like this where there's just so many variables in play. You know, pretty much every year prior to this, with I guess the exception of Black Ops 4, we knew there was going to be like 4 or 5 DLC packs, and then after that it was just on to the next Call of Duty. And even back in Black Ops 4 when we saw Operation Dark Divide roll around, I think that was the last one, we could tell the content in general was sort of starting to slow down, knowing Modern Warfare was right around the corner, right? However, because we didn't necessarily have like a seasonal plan laid out to us ahead of time this year, and because the reveal for Black Ops Cold War is really only just beginning about 4 or 5 months later than normal, that leaves us in a position that we've never really been in before, where we don't exactly know what's in store for the game in the coming months. But we do have a pretty good idea simply based on some context clues and a few mentions of content from devs and whatnot. Now, of course, in the immediate future, next week we are going to see the Black Ops Cold War reveal, and presumably something big is going to happen in Warzone that has to do with that. An in-game reveal of sorts is what people are speculating about, because in the description of the Know Your History teaser trailer, it says Verdansk, August 26th. So we've got that, and I assume that's going to be a pretty monumental thing, considering the thought and effort going into this reveal in general. We also know we have the mid-season update coming up as well for Modern Warfare and Warzone, and that's going to likely introduce a new DLC weapon, a new LMG, we see that on the roadmap, alongside a few other content additions too, maybe some new modes, maybe that mid-season event that's rumored to be like a trials tournament of some kind. We're going to have to wait and see there, but we do know that the mid-season update is coming up in the next 1 to 2 weeks, if I had to guess. And then after that, things get a bit strange, I guess, for lack of a better word. So when looking past Season 5, here we don't have a ton of solidified info, but the stuff we do have comes from a pretty solid source, that being Call of Duty themselves. And I mean, it doesn't get much more solid than that when it comes to info. We know Season 5 is set to end around the end of September, and while we don't know exactly when COD 2020 is releasing, I'm sure we're going to find out next week with the reveal, I do highly doubt it's going to be in just over a month, right? So it'll probably be at some point in early October or November like normal, and that would then leave us with about a month of time where we're not in Season 4 Modern Warfare and Warzone, unless there is a Season 6. So based off of that, we can't expect there to be a Season 6. We also know that from the initial Season 5 preview, the Activision post said, hey, check out the Battle Pass for Season 5. It's got a ton of cool content, including up to 1,300 COD points, which is enough for next season's Battle Pass, and then some. Plus, I believe in Activision's latest investor call, they also mentioned they're excited for more Modern Warfare seasons, and that sort of once again implies Season 6 is eventually going to come to fruition. So even though we don't have a ton to go off of, all things considered, it does look like we are going to have at least one more season to experience after this. I would say we can end up seeing Soap maybe as an operator. We do sort of need him to complete the new Task Force 141. We also still have Farah from the campaign as a potential operator as well. We also have plenty of maps still in the files basically from launch, so I would say there's definitely a lot of potential content there. But what about after that? Well, that's where we sort of have to start looking at Warzone and Modern Warfare as two separate entities in a sense. Now, Warzone is obviously its own beast. It can be credited for the, I would say, vast majority of Modern Warfare's exposure and growth, since, of course, it's the free-to-play aspect of the game and a pretty good battle royale at the end of the day. We know Warzone is actually going to extend to Black Ops Cold War in its own way. It's going to end up tying the games together according to Activision, as they actually said what you should expect between Warzone and COD 2020 is a very tight integration. Modern Warfare and Warzone are obviously tightly connected, and I think that's really important for the player base. We plan to do the same with all of our upcoming titles as well, the premium titles, to ensure we can reward all players and give them fresh new experiences, regardless of whether they choose to play just Warzone or the premium game as well. So the connection will absolutely be there. So that is a direct confirmation that Warzone is going to be a part of Black Ops Cold War, which was expected, I would say, going off of the previous leaks and rumors that we've seen. And we know that from that, the storyline is going to somehow connect the two stories as well. So the future of Warzone, I would say, is actually very exciting. I'm incredibly eager to see how exactly Call of Duty is going to connect Black Ops and Modern Warfare. And I just think that's going to be a super cool story to see play out. I love what they're doing within Warzone right now and sort of how the storyline is unfolding. So that, personally, I'm really looking forward to. However, when it comes to the regular version of Modern Warfare, here things just aren't as hopeful to me just going off of what we've seen before. Yes, Modern Warfare is a wildly successful Call of Duty when it comes down to it. They've definitely played on the nostalgia pretty well, and looking at it, the campaign this year was fantastic in my mind. Multiplayer was solid for the most part. Spec Ops, yeah, we all kind of know how that one went. But despite Modern Warfare doing really well, it doesn't change the fact that Black Ops Cold War is going to be Activision's primary focus for Call of Duty multiplayer whenever it ends up releasing. Which means Modern Warfare's content is going to seriously be cut back. Now, that's not to say we're not going to see anything new. You know, I can honestly see them releasing a new map or a new weapon here and there, maybe even like a new gunfight tournament occasionally. But there's nothing here that shows that Modern Warfare is going to be like getting new seasonal updates past the launch of Black Ops Cold War. So short term, I think Modern Warfare and Warzone are going to see a lot of new updates pertaining to the remaining Season 5 content and also the likely Season 6 content. But then after that, the two are sort of going to go their own separate ways, if you will. Warzone is going to leave Modern Warfare and shift to Black Ops Cold War, and multiplayer will be left to anyone who still wants to play that with the occasional playlist update and whatnot. Now, I'm sure plenty of people are wondering, well, what if I want to play Warzone and I don't want to buy Black Ops Cold War? And while it's not totally set in stone how exactly all of that is going to work, I'm sure Warzone is still going to be accessible through Modern Warfare's menus, or who knows, maybe it's going to even drop as like its own application. We're going to just have to wait and see for that once again. And really, all the technical stuff regarding how Warzone is going to shift to COD 2020 is sort of up in the air, I guess you could say. You know, I would assume Treyarch and Call of Duty will touch on that more in the future, but as of now, we have no idea how the content shift is going to affect what we've already established so far this year. So between the operators, the camos, the calling cards, basically all of the unlockables that we've earned throughout the years so far, you know, assuming Warzone is just going to like transfer to Black Ops Cold War, one would maybe think that all of that stuff would just transfer as well. But truly, as of right now, we just don't know. But like I said, we should find out more about that as the game continues to get revealed in the coming days, weeks, and months. But yeah, with all of that being said, that is everything we know about the future of Modern Warfare and Warzone, and hopefully that cleared things up a bit for those of you wondering. Yes, we do have some content left. No, Modern Warfare is not going to just thrive and thrive and thrive forever, but regardless, it is going to be an interesting few months coming up. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news, intel, updates, leaks, and everything in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I post a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all Scuff, G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All of those links can be found in the description below. And while you're down there, if you want to check out any of my socials, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff, everything is at WhosImmortal, so be sure to give me a follow there. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.